Hello, Choro-Q collectors. This is kind of a special day for me today because this is one of the very first Choro-Qs ever made. So it's going to look less detailed than modern Choro-Qs, but there's a quirkiness to it, you know. I kind of like... First, I like cartoon vehicles because they're not very serious, of course. But second, when something is this old, you have pretty low expectations. So if anything's nice, you're just impressed. But like new stuff, I'm always let down, you know. That's why I'm generally angry in my modern reviews of realistic looking models. So it's refreshing for me to collect these cartoon cars. Okay, so this is called the Mighty Boy. And so let's look at how old this is. You'll notice the date. It just says 1980. That is when Choro-Q Takara started making Choro-Q. So this is the very first collection from 1980. All modern ones, which I'll show you later, just say 80 and then a 2-digit number for when that new casting was made. So this is number A56 in that series. So that's quite a lot actually, that they would have 56 castings. Or maybe 50. Yeah, I guess that would be it. I don't think this is actually copying a real truck. It's just an imaginary truck. I'm looking at this. I'm concerned if that's a real crack or just some of the weird stuff that happens in the silver plastic, you know, the swirly plastic. Anyways, even way back then, they standardized on a screw in the front and a tab in the back. Now, what I've never seen before is treads on a Choro-Q, but clearly this one has it, so that's pretty interesting. Alright. And then it's very rare to see stuff on the sidewalls. This one has Q and Q molded in, and then an FL 140 by 40, and then what is this different, I wonder? FL 110 40. So I don't know if, well, the 40 doesn't make sense. Maybe the 110 means 1.1 centimeters. It's not 100 millimeters though. And then 140, you know, as a ratio, but that's not 40 millimeters. I know that for sure, because 40 millimeters is more like that. Well, anyways, it's a bigger number for the bigger rear tire. So then it's got the swirly gold wheels here, which again, for 1980, I think this looks pretty cool. It's casted in lines here, really tight as well, tighter than most die casts. I'm gonna guess a fuel filler belongs there. The bumpers are molded in, at least that one is. Going to the front, yeah, no paint details, but there's a recess for turn signals, headlights, and grille. And then this one's got this crazy 4 set of fog lights on this green piece here. And then a sticker here, going my way. It's a shiny foil sticker. And then nice ribbing here. And then Mighty Boy banner on the windshield. The glass is transparent, just dark smoked. This side, no fuel filler, but I'm now noticing some ridges here. It looks kind of like a Subaru Brat here with this curvature, but the front reminds me more of, like, say, a Toyota pickup or something. Okay, big roll bar here with some, you know, lights up here, and that's where it got cut off the sprue. And then it says Suzuki. Oh, duh! It says Suzuki 4-wheel drive. So 1980 Suzuki something, Jimny maybe. Hold on, I gotta pull up some photos. Alright, so I looked up Suzuki Mighty Boy 4-wheel drive, and there actually are images. Unfortunately, they're so low resolution that they're not worth opening. But yeah, I can see here, yeah, there's a roll cage and roll bar back there in the bed. Granted, this is highly modified and raised, so I'm not sure what the original one looked like. If I had to guess, it looked like that. Anyway, so interesting. This is a real vehicle I've never heard about, which is always a pleasure about collecting scale models or toy vehicles. Alright, so this is the real thing. Thank goodness it actually said Suzuki. What's weird is it doesn't say that here, right? So it's such a weird name, I just thought it was something you made up, imaginary. But anyways, no paint on the taillight, sadly. But again, this is from 1980. What is impressive is there's actually a texture here, like a diamond plate texture on the bumper. So that bumper is a separate piece. Well, actually, no, it's part of the base. Alright, that's why that's got that swirly silver on it. So very cool. Whoever, owned this before me must have been an adult, because looks brand new. Like, I don't think it's ever been played with. There's no scratches or anything or stains on it. So very cool. I lucked out for sure. The tires are still actually rubbery. Right? I think they're made of silicone or something. They're not hard. So very nice. Let me compare it to a couple other ChoroQs, the more modern stuff, and let's see what's happening. Okay, let's pull out some other trucks from ChoroQ. So on the bottom of this one, actually I'll show you the bottom, so it's a little different, right? It says 80, but then this casting is from 2007. So that's the way all other ChoroQs seem to be laid out. So this is a Honda T360, I think. It's an old classic Honda pickup truck. Let's see. One of my favorites is the Datsun Sunny truck, or the Nissan Sunny. That doesn't say it in English. So this says 04 on the bottom of this one, 2004. I have some 3D printed wheels on that guy though. And then a modern ChoroQ would be a ChoroQ Zero. So that's the active line of products by ChoroQ. So it says ChoroQ Zero, and this is the Lambo LM002. And the way they date these now, they have a production dial. So this is the Z, would be the 12th month of 2020. Alright. So they have wheels that are specific to the vehicle, with the zeros very often. Not all of them, but very often. And then just a lot of, print details. So that's nice. Alright. The last one I'm just going to throw out there because it's a pickup truck. And it's a really cheap one too. It's called Kinsfun. You can buy these off AliExpress. It might not be listed as Kinsfun though. But this is a Chevy Stepside Junior, and it's got giant wheels. It's definitely cartooned. This is actually die cast. All the ChoroQs are plastic. And this still does have a spring motor if you actually want to play with it. And this also has treads. But it's, so it's a little bit bigger than ChoroQ, but it still has the same type of cartoonish proportions, I think, so I like it. In many ways, it's actually better. It has an interior and a steering wheel in there. So I think ChoroQ really needs to step up their game. If, this Kinsfun can be bought really cheap, and it has an interior, a bed with some details, treads. But ChoroQ Zeros, I don't think they have treads still. The wheels here don't have air passing between them. And this thing costs a lot of money. So, yeah, I guess it's very similar to TLV, where they need to get their act together as well. They're getting passed by all the other Chinese brands. Also Tiny, let me pull out a Tiny Q, which is... Tiny Q is a Chinese brand. It's Toy East. So let me get these guys out. I'll leave that. So here's a Tiny Q Isuzu commercial truck. So this one actually has clear headlights and light buckets, and this one has steering front wheels, treads, mirrors, flexible rubber mirrors that actually have silver paint on them. They don't have an interior, but they're definitely better than this modern Zero. This does come with mirrors, but there's no way to keep them on there without snapping them off. Tiny Q figured it out. They're doing rubbery mirrors, so they're just already there, and then they won't break off if you drop it. So Yeah, Takara, Tomitech. You guys are like stuck in 1980. You guys really need to look at your competition and realize you're getting beaten. I don't know why you guys don't wake up. I mean, people want to buy better things, and there's many better alternatives coming. So you're gonna go the way of Oldsmobile if you think you guys are always number one. You know, just a little word of warning. All right. Well, anyways, I'm still happy I have this one. I mean, for something from so long ago, this is really fantastic, and it stands the test of time. You know, those tires didn't crack like some other ones. ChoroQ Zero tires get hard really fast, so that's the problem with ChoroQ Zeros in particular. Yeah, this is fantastic, this old guy. So, if I can find some other, really old ChoroQs at a decent price, I'm probably gonna do it, even if they don't have all the details, all the paint details, because it's just unexpected anyways. Alright, long video, longer than I thought, but hopefully it's made you aware of the very early ChoroQs from 1980, at least one of them, and maybe you can search out some others online. But I think for at least me, I never even heard about the Suzuki Mighty Boy. It's actually primarily a car. It's just that some people modded them to become trucks. Alright, anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next ChoroQ review. Thanks.